Okay, cleaning a window pane is pretty much the same every time with almost every pane. And there are a few different ways you could go about doing it with squeegee, but I'm going to show you a system that balances speed with quality, or the assurance of having a quality clean window every time. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your mop, you're going to get it wet in your bucket, and then if you're outside, doesn't matter if it's dripping. If you're on the inside, you're going to wring it out into the bucket, but just like that. And then you're going to come across and you're going to get the whole area wet like we just did. Now, then I'm going to take my hand and feel if there's anything on it that is dirt, and I can feel little bumps with my hands pretty fast. So if I feel some things, I'm going to take my steel wool and I'm going to go ahead and scrub it. I'm going to go all the way around the frame 2 times, push hard into the corner and get the edges of the glass pane. Then I'm going to scrub hard across the pane, and if things are not too heavy, I might just do it once, but if it's a little bit heavier and I've got some more bug stuff on there, I'm going to go the other direction too, and I'm going to hit that whole thing. Now, that if there's bug poop, which is extra hard to get off, I might feel around and make sure I got it all, and that feels good now. Now the glass, you can see, is drying, so I'm going to go ahead and hit it with my mop one more time just to get it wet. Then I'm going to take my squeegee, I'm going to make sure it's dry, wipe it off with my A-rag or my mud rag, and then I'm going to come up in here with the corner. I'm going to come in at an angle and I'm going to go across the top and then rotate down like that. And I'm going to wipe this side again, especially, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get this edge up again, and I'm going to keep this edge away from the top edge of the glass because there's a little bit of water up inside there. I don't want this edge of the blade to get wet. I don't mind about this side. So I'm going to come down a little bit of an angle, and I'm going to pull down like that. Now my glass should be in good shape. Now I'm going to buff around the edges. I'm going to take my mud rag first, or my A rag, feel for a dry patch, and I'm going to flatten out the rag so I've got a flat piece of cloth, versus something like this where I might miss some pieces of the parts of the glass because there's going to be a gap here. So I'm going to want that rag to be fairly flat, and then I'm going to come around, buff all around the edges. Now that's my mud rag, my A rag. It's the first rag I use. Then I'm going to put that over on the side here, and then I'm going to have a drier rag right here in the front. This is my B rag, or my buffing rag. This one should be drier than the other one. I'm going to try to get everything that's left on here. So I'm going to again flatten this thing out, get a nice little pad. I'm going to try to be hitting about a 2 to 2.5 inch band. I'm going to buff around in the corners one time, and then I'm going to check, and I can see there's a little bit of dust that came off with that. I'm going to make sure it's still dry, and then I'm going to do it again one more time around, and that should be pretty good looking glass, and it looks real good. That's how you clean a window pane. Everything else is the same, just higher or lower. There's an acid treatment, which we'll talk about, but that's your basic window clean, inside or out.